interviewed Nair Albright. This is what happened backstage. And you see punches being thrown, and Nair Albright's brother is in the purple, and you just see Keyshawn Davis come in. The guy running in is Keon Davis, and things are being thrown. There's no room for this in the sport. There's no room for the Davis brothers to be in the building tonight. The police escorted them out. You saw a stroller being moved back. That's Keyshawn Davis being pushed away. But the reason he's so upset is because that's his son that's in that stroller. He goes back to retrieve his son. But why would you put your family in this type of situation? It's just uncalled for and unfortunate what we've seen here at the Scope Arena. This was supposed to be a celebration of all that is great with the Davis brothers and what they represent for Norfolk, Virginia. And when you end up having the police intervene and escort them out of the building, that's just definitely not the way this night, this weekend was supposed to take place, Mark.
Necessary, and it certainly didn't help the Davis brothers.
Stock just plummeted to the floor. All-time high. You see how quickly things change? You see how anger can get the best of you? You see when you don't control your anger, you see what happens? This type of stuff right here. The stock just plummeted to the floor. I was a Davis brothers fan. I was. No, I'm a Dullah Mason 5 brothers fans because the way they behave like true professionals.
You know, there is another element, and Timmy did hit on it. You know, you get opportunity. What costs someone else is your potential gain, and the way Abdullah Mason handled himself tonight.
So I wake up today, and messages is crazy, bro. And I see this Keyshawn Davis thing then took a wrong turn for the worse already. And to me, this is getting way worse than what it needs to be. You know what I'm saying? This is going to get beat out and drugged out and all type of stuff. And do you know what? A strong character move alone can clean all of this up. Keyshawn made a mistake. He 26 or something like that. What I discovered is you don't know how much you wasn't an adult in your 20s until you enter your 30s and you realize, damn, in my 20s I was still a kid, but I swear I was a man. I felt like a man. I was doing man stuff and stuff like that. But you're not going to feel like that if you don't make it into your 30s. And once you make it into your 30s, you realize, damn, I was still a kid in my 20s. I didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, we still developing stuff like that, you know? So I understand not having the guidance, not having the wisdom and, you know, how age, and if you don't have nobody teaching you, if you don't have no mentor, you got to learn the hard way, which means you got to bump your head and you got to learn from your mistakes. And when you ain't got nobody around to protect you for those things. We all been there. I have personally been there. You know, I didn't come to be how I am. I didn't come to be as intelligent, articulate, tough, you know, problem solving skills, a lot of skills that I developed because I went out here and I just hit the pavement and just crashed out. I just messed up. I messed things up over and over and over again sometimes. And everything I am is a result of a mistake that I choose to modify and turn it into a superpower. That's the story of my life right there. You know what I'm saying? I ain't get good at talking shit and splitting atoms with my words by just, you know what I'm saying, chanting rap songs or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I got into verbal altercations that made me feel defenseless and I wanted to defend myself. And I believed in self-defense in every facet, both physically and mentally and financially. I believe in self-defense from top to bottom. But this Keyshawn Davis situation, and I'm not going to try to shove all this in one video because all this is connected. You can start from the Devin Haney situation to the stuff Ryan Garcia has said, all this stuff is connected. And for me to connect all this, you know what I'm saying, I can't put it in one video, so I'm probably gonna have to break it up a little bit. But how this is all connected, man, and Keyshawn is not responding to it well, and I guess Keyshawn is feeling like his people is against him or something like that. That's an extra bad look. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. But Keyshawn Davis missed weight, because that's primarily where all this started. Him missing weight, coming in over 4 pounds. As you know, if somebody missed 4 pounds, they wasn't trying to make weight at all. Okay. Did he want a weight advantage? Obviously he did. And why? Because he wasn't going to remain at 135. So that belt means nothing anyway. So he rather take the advantages inside of the fight, you know, and then leave and then go up to the next weight class. So did he plan to come in heavy? Obviously. Okay. Now, they thought that Dos Santos was going to be desperate or whatever and whatnot and take the fight anyway because he needs the money. Power move, they didn't. And he still got paid all of his money. Now, you want to know why you particularly seen that move from Dos Santos? Do you want to know what helped encourage the move like that? Come on, you have to know. Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. Like I said, all this is connected. People may say what they want. Devin, stop being a bitch. Devin, stop doing it. But none of those people and none of those boxers want to end up in that position themselves. And you can tell. After seeing what happened to Devin Haney, you notice people got more cautious about PEDs. Now, how much do you want to bet? Probably. If that wouldn't have happened, Dos Santos probably would have went through with that fight. But you want to know what helped encourage a decision like that? Ryan Garcia cheating and doing what he did to Devin Haney, and Devin Haney's stock taking a blow. You're like, no, that's unnecessary. Now you can see people, watch this. Now you can see people make videos talking about they're going to sue. And you know what? Rightfully so. A lot of money was messed up. A lot behind ignorance. You know? So they gonna sue. Now, where do you think that suing thing came in from? Maybe any other time you wouldn't have heard it, or at least they wouldn't got in front of a camera and said sue. But all of a sudden, suing is somewhat cool to do. Once again, where do you think these influences have come from? The stuff that's been going on thus far. Straight up, you could tell. Now, let's get back to missing weight. Why would Keyshawn miss weight and do all that, blase, split, this, that, and the third? Because honestly, once you observe the boxing world, you guys accepted it. Because you wanted them to have an advantage over certain fighters. Missing weight wasn't a problem when Ryan Garcia missed weight and he came in over 4 pounds. So now we know that was intentional, just like we know Keyshawn Davis was intentional. But isn't it funny? It takes Keyshawn Davis to do it for people to recognize that was intentional. Yeah. Keyshawn, oh, so y'all don't care about this? So y'all don't care about that? All right, fine. And he started pulling the moves he seen other boxers and other people getting away with. That became part of the play. Miss weight, come in strong, blase, split. Right? Right? Y'all open the gate for this. Because I told you, we got to treat everybody the same. And then these people wouldn't get away with it. But since we don't, people started applying the same tactics. And that come from y'all not cracking down on the people that we supposed to, because you like the way they look and you want them to have the advantage over the people that you want them to have an advantage over. All of it is connected. All of it. Straight up. This is the result of what we turned a blind eye to. Straight up. And because of people like Ryan and Canelo and stuff like that, they're more comfortable taking steroids. Look how many fighters getting popped for steroids. Especially Latino. Look. Because once again, it started with Canelo. Everything trickles down. And you think only one person is allowed to do it. But once they observe what you guys will tolerate, the next person is going to do it. But that's somebody that you have a bias against. And now all of a sudden, you want to judge things correctly and see things fairly. But never when it's the guy that you like. So what you're seeing is the circus act of fans being flaky, fake, biased, bigot, and afraid to stand on something real and true with integrity. So now we getting all this, and it's going to spiral even more out of control. Now you got Keyshawn Davis doing something very stupid, and don't get it twisted. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. You may not think this hand, the black hand, feeds you. It does. It does. But I'm going to break that down in the next video, because like I said, I ain't going to drag this out.
It stresses me out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it stresses me out for Keyshawn because he's so hungry, he's so ambitious, you know, and he just wants to win and he wants to fight. I'm more of just kind of sad because, like, dang, I was looking forward to seeing him fight.